Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Matt, and welcome to another episode of Planting Plants. Today, we're going to be looking at the favorite tree of my home state, the Aesculus glabra. I hope I pronounced that right, I probably didn't. But more commonly known as the American or Ohio Buckeye. That's right, I'm a Buckeye even though I don't go to Ohio State somehow. The Ohio Buckeye is native to the Midwestern and Lower Plains region of the United States. It's a medium-sized deciduous tree, growing about 50 to 80 feet. That's 15 to 25 meters for my European friends. Now, the nuts contain tannic acid, which is extremely poisonous, so you do not want to eat it. I mean, I'm not saying you'll be killed instantly, but I enjoy your company. I don't want to take that chance. But somehow it's considered a good luck charm. People rub it and make necklaces out of it all over the state. Because it's so poisonous, a lot of people are very concerned when Ohioans say they love eating buckeyes. But there's a very tasty delicacy, I would say, among our people. It's a peanut butter ball covered in chocolate. It's insanely good. Would recommend 100 out of 10. Definitely get one if you ever come visit. The bark is very gray and scaly as it gets older, with bright green leaves and a flattened egg canopy. Now the flowers are pinkish, greenish, whitish, and they sprout in stems. Enough talking, let's get on with the build. I'm going to be using acacia. This acacia wood. The logs would also work, but I don't really want the orange showing through. And then, in terms of leaves, we're looking for a bright color. So maybe some oak. Maybe we'll mix in some jungle and let's see how acacia looks. And then we want some lime carpet and other lime colors. We don't want anything as vibrant as the concrete, but maybe the powder could work. And let's also try the wool and the terracotta, although that's a little dark, I don't know. So let's just compare all of this. I feel like that's too loud. So I think that's pretty good. I don't know if I like the jungle as much. And then maybe that's a little too dark. So let's use these three and start building it. Now these are relatively large trees. You know, as I said, getting up to 80 feet, or I think the record might be 82 feet as it's mature. And so we are going to build a very large trunk. Now, as things are relative on the outside as they are to the inside, and vice versa, you know, under the ground, the roots tend to resemble the tree. Buckeyes have a taproot, and so it's one large root that goes down. So similarly, they mostly have one large trunk that goes up with little things sticking off of it. Now, the canopy is fairly low to the ground, so we're going to start with that. And just kind of going out gradually. And once we have that how we want it, you know, just a little bit here and there, making it a smoother transition. Oh, missed one up there. Maybe we put some like a ring around, and then we'll bring this out just a little bit. Maybe get rid of that one, because you don't want it too perfect, you know. And let's make it a little more circular, actually. So we have roughly the base of our canopy. Now we're going to slow down our slope and just kind of go around in a 1 block radius instead of the 2 we just did. Now, this is a very well-liked ornamental tree. You will see it so many places in Ohio and the Midwest. A lot of people love it, and I mean it's a very pretty looking tree, you know. It's fairly easy to take care of. It just needs slightly acidic soil, and the only real problem is the poisonous spiny nuts. So, you know, the animals don't really take care of cleaning that up for you. We're gonna find where we did that, and we're gonna bring that out a little bit more. And then we're gonna raise this up. And once we've gone all the way around, we're going to start coming back in. And then we can do just a little bit more texturing on these layers after this, after just putting a few of these around, you know, giving it more of a natural sort of look, a little more roughed up tree. You know, this tree, it's seen some things. You know, it's an old tree. Well, I don't know exactly how old they can get, but I'm pretty sure they can get to be fairly old, because I have one that's been around long before I was born, so it's at least, you know, 18, 20 years. So again, just filling in the leaves wherever you see necessary, pulling everything to the top. Don't worry about this flat part, we're going to go over that in a sec. Just want to cover up the bark. And everything starts out rounded and then gets pointed towards the top. So just filling in things here and there. Making sure, there we go, you get the details how you want them to be. Scale is always relative. Feel free to play with anything. You know, if you are making a huge thing, go big, you know, go big or go home. Make all the little things big, and the big things, well, don't make them little, make them big too. But, you know, just kind of keeping in with the theme. You want to accentuate based on what you're doing. If we fly up, we can see it's not quite circular. This has a little bit more of a protrusion than this side, and that's okay. You know, we don't want this to be a perfect circle of a canopy. We want it to be a little different, a little roughed up, a little bit more like you could go, yeah, Mother Nature built that. And boy, she did a fine job. If you are playing with fancy graphics turned on, now get ready for an instant tank in quality. Sorry about that. You'll see that there are holes in the leaves. I personally prefer not to play with fancy graphics. I like fast graphics because my computer's not the brightest, but you're definitely going to want to add a little bit more structure inside since you can see it all. So if you just kind of come in, adding in more logs here and there, and it'll look pretty good. You can also of course mix in leaves types and powders and different colors to give it more of an inside feel, you know, more of a differentiation. Just kind of like that. But I personally not as big of a fan as I probably should be. But you know, that's just my playstyle, you know. Do whatever you think looks best. Don't let anyone else judge you for it. There are times when you think you have to follow everyone else or do something differently than you would have it done. And I just want everyone to be true to who they really are. Well, now we're going to add in some acacia. That's not as much of a difference as I hoped for, but I still think it could add a lot. That's pretty good. I'm gonna shave down this side over here, because I'm not really a fan of how that looks from the center. There we go. We're just gonna kind of go around. Yeah. Now it's just time to place in the lime, and you know, we're gonna do that all on the inside. We got a little bit more in there, and let's put some around the outside of the top, because we don't have much up there. There we go. Maybe we place some right there. Give the trunk a little bit more of a curvy aesthetic. Mother Nature has lots of them curves. Yeah. And then maybe, does that look too off? I kind of like it with the I don't know what it's called, but all the different colors in it. Diddled or something? Oh, I don't think it's that. It's definitely not that. But dilated? Dilated? It's something that starts with the D, you know, all of the different shades. Maybe I do kind of like that. It's like, you know, some of the leaves are a little bit younger and are a lighter green. It's kind of nice. Put some lime carpets here and there. Yeah, like that. Maybe we'll add a little bit more bulk to the bottom. You know, have it look like it's actually grown and not just a straight tree out. Yeah, then it gives you a little bit, you know, there's bulk here and then there's bulk over there, creating a line of action that's not just straight. So now let's grab ourselves some end rods and start sticking them around as the flowers. Now, something I would love to see in Minecraft, especially now that we have colored lighting in RTX, is in just the normal Java edition. I would really like colored lighting. You know, if you could mix glowstone with a dye and get different colors, or if you could mix end rods with a dye and get different colors. Now that'd be awesome, especially with the little particle effects that it has around it. It could look magnificent. And there we have it. The Aesculus glabra, also known as the American Buckeye. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this one. I certainly did. It's very different than anything else we've done. A lot more fuller, but I really like it. This could definitely look really awesome in your guys' builds, especially like some sort of large garden as the centerpiece, or maybe an outside thing. You know, have it focusing attention towards the middle. Well, that just about wraps it up. I will see you guys in the next video. All my links are down below. have an amazing day. Good night.